Welcome to Sundays and Seasons On-Demand Training. You have chosen the module entitled SundaysandSeasons.com Planner Overview, the second video from the Website Basics series. When I think of SundaysandSeasons.com, two words come to mind: content and functionality. Just clicking through the library, music, visuals, and the optional preaching tabs reveals just how much digital content has been loaded into SundaysandSeasons.com. All of it searchable, and much of it dynamically oriented to each Sunday festival in commemoration of the Revised Common Lectionary's church year calendar. Click on any day in the banner calendar, and SundaysandSeasons.com automatically populates the music, preaching, and the visuals tabs with content pertinent to the day. Of course, the same thing can be said of the Planner, your worship planning studio in SundaysandSeasons.com. For most subscribers, it's the functionality of the SundaysandSeasons.com planner that matters most. For many busy pastors and church administrators, the weekly rhythm of congregational worship planning requires an effective means to build services that are highly creative and deeply local, not to mention efficiently produced. That's exactly the function that the planner is designed for. Let me show you what I mean by way of a live demonstration. First of all, let me say that there are many paths from the home page into the planner. While clicking the Planner tab above the lectionary banner may seem the most obvious path, the Planet button in the green field of the lectionary banner also gets you right into the planner page. In addition, you can click on the hyperlinks to each of the Sundays and festivals in the left-hand column of the page in order to get into the planner for that day. Scrolling to the very bottom of the home page, you'll see your content, your worship plans, templates, and custom texts. Clicking on a worship plan, and then the pencil edit tool allows you to begin editing an existing worship plan. For the sake of this demonstration, I'm going back to the home page, and then I'm going to hit the Planet button for Reformation Sunday. Initially, you're taken to a page in the SundaysandSeasons.com calendar, by which you can determine exactly which up-and-coming service you hope to plan and any details about that service which you may have predetermined in your My Account settings, such as service location and weekly schedule. Let's plan a 9 a.m. service in the main sanctuary. At this point, also note that you can begin planning this service from a saved template rather than starting a worship plan from scratch. But making templates is the topic of another Sundays and Seasons on-demand training module. In this instance, we are going to click Plan It once more to start building our service for Reformation Sunday. First, let's note where we're at in the three-part planning process. Do you see the circled numbers to the upper right? Number 1 is lit up in green, Select Base Liturgy. Even though the planner can use and customize any of these base liturgies in SundaysandSeasons.com, it's a good idea to practice with something familiar. Perhaps Evangelical Lutheran Worship Setting 3 would be a good place to start. Selecting that setting moves us into Step 2 of the worship planning process, Customize Service Elements. This is the main page of the SundaysandSeasons.com planner. By simply selecting the day, Reformation Sunday, and the base liturgy, ELW Holy Communion Setting 3, SundaysandSeasons.com has auto-populated this worship plan with important content. For example, the ELW Prayer of the Day for Reformation Sunday. We can also see that the readings for Reformation Sunday are automatically populated in this plan. If you have chosen in My Account settings to have the Sundays and Seasons Prayers of Intercession included, those prayers will be found here as well. Returning to the top of the Sundays and Seasons planner page, we see some important features that I would like to walk you through, like the worship plan notes, the service element content, the portion to download distinctions, and planner actions. But before I do, please note a few functions available for your use even before you get into the planner per se. like the pencil tool that allows you to change the name of any item that the pencil points to. In this case, let's change our worship plan to something a little bit more specific. Hitting the check means you've saved it. If you notice, just above the number 3, there's a little tool here that looks like a chain link. Every worship plan in SundaysandSeasons.com has a web address, a URL, that you can copy out of this pop-up and paste into an email, for instance, so that others can review this plan. I would like to move on to the worship plan notes. This worship plan notes text box, as well as the introduction to the day, gospel message, and commemorations for the week, all represent optional Sundays and Seasons content that you may or may not choose to include in your worship plan download. By way of an example, let's add a note that will stick with this plan. Change paraments to red. By clicking on Worship Plan Notes, that will then be included as part of our portion to download. Reviewing the other items, we see a very nice introduction to the day. Let's select that. The gospel message, which connects the gospel to the day. Let's also select that. And commemorations for the week. Commemorations for the week provide a rich tapestry of events and personalities that make up the history of the Christian church. Continuing down into the planner, let's talk service elements. From greetings to hymns, to Kyries to creeds, each part of worship is considered a separate service element in the planner, and each service element has a unique set of content, selection, and portion to download options. For example, ELW Setting 3 offers numerous combinations of confession and forgiveness content. I can preview all that content by using the magnifying glass preview tool at the far right of the service element. Look at all those options, clearly more than I want to use on Reformation Sunday, and so I need to begin making some selections. In the main column of the planner, under each element's name, users are often prompted to select one. That is, to choose one of the options offered, in this case, ELW Setting 3. Quickly doing so, I whittle down my portion to download considerably. The green flash, by the way, assures users that SundaysandSeasons.com automatically saved your selections for this plan. Hymns are service elements that offer a quite different set of content and selections. Let's add ELW 504 to our worship plan. Previewing it, we see we have the title, hymn number, harmony, melody, and text versions of A Mighty Fortress, all of which will be included in our portion to download. It's important to note that what you see in the preview is what you are going to get in your download. Just to the left of the preview icon, we see the selections that are available to us in regard to this hymn. Let's assume we have the ELW hymnals in our pews, and so all we really need is the title and the hymn number. Let's take a look. There we have it, just the title and the hymn number for A Mighty Fortress. But if we wanted to include the lyrics for A Mighty Fortress in our worship plan, we can do that easily as well. And there they are. To the far left of each service element is another set of actions. Each of these icons allows you to do something different. For example, the Insert New Element arrow creates a brand new service element. You can choose to select any number of items to insert in this location, including another hymn or song, custom text, a scripture reading, an item from the clipboard, or a subrite. I'm going to X out of this service element and move on to the Cut tool, the circle with the slash through it. That allows you to cut an element from your service plan. Let's do that with this Thanksgiving for Baptism. This item has been placed on your Sundays and Seasons clipboard. Maybe you didn't want to cut the Thanksgiving for Baptism and you want that back. Well, use the Insert New Element tool. That arrow then allows you to open up a new element. Let's select the element type to insert in this location, the clipboard item, because we know that's where cut items end up, and there's our Thanksgiving for Baptism. Check. The up and down arrow tool, the move tool, allows you to arrange service elements within the plan. Let's move it back to where it was. Scrolling down to the Kyrie, I'm going to show you the function of another valuable tool, the action of the Replace tool. You can replace this Kyrie with content from another liturgy or alternative worship text. Again, the Select One options allow you to make selections from within ELW Setting 3. But let's use the Replace tool to see how many Kyries are available to us in Sundays and Seasons. Here you see all the Kyries from ELW, This Far by Faith, Lutheran Book of Worship with One Voice. In this case, I'm going to choose a Kyrie from our Hispanic hymnal. Preview. And yes, that will be perfect for our Reformation Sunday service. There's certainly much more planning we could be doing for Reformation Sunday, but let's move along to the third and final move in the sundaysandseasons.com planning process: review and download files. By hitting the Continue button, we move on to the Review and Download Files page. It's always a good idea to check what you've done in Sundays and Seasons. There's our introduction to the day, the gospel message we selected, the commemorations for the week, our worship plan notes, change paraments to red, the gathering, our confession and forgiveness selections, the Thanksgiving for Baptism is still there, and there's the lyrics, Mighty Fortress is our God. Scrolling down a little bit more, we see our Hispanic Kyrie. Great. Now it's time to download. You'll see some other download options like download children's bulletins or download clip art on this page. But under download worship plan, I want to select worship plan and requested music graphics. Preparing your download. This may take a few moments. Please note that in Windows, the file will appear in the tray at the bottom of your desktop. It's important to note that this is delivered as a compressed file that needs to be unzipped or extracted in order to effectively work with this plan in your word processor. You go to the top of the page and clicking Extract All, selecting the folder in which you want to extract it to. Once it's extracted, you are now able to work with it easily in your word processor. Please note that you still need to format this downloaded content to fit your local service folder design. But once extracted, this download content will be very easy for you to work with. It's important to note that hymns and hymn graphic downloads are only possible with a deluxe subscription to sundaysandseasons.com. This concludes our Sundays and Seasons on-demand training video entitled sundaysandseasons.com Planner Overview from the Website Basics series. To go deeper into the planning process, please check into our other planner-related training modules like Insert New Elements and Making Templates. It's our goal to help you get the most out of your subscription to SundaysandSeasons.com.